everyone, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome back to Mount and Blade Warband. We are currently outside the town of Durham, and there are a couple things that I want to get done in this episode. Obviously, we have just finished up war with the Rodoks. We are obviously with the Swadians, and we've finished up the war at the moment. We're bound by a truce. However, that might not last. If we go into the, not the inventory, sorry, into the notes, and we go factions, and we go Swadians, you'll see the Kingdom of Swadia is bound by truce, not to attack the Kingdom of Rodoks. The truce will expire in 33 days. Now, 33 days, that's a month. I mean, that's quite a long time in the game. But I want to make sure I'm ready. In case that happens, I want to be ready. So there are a few things that need to happen. First of all, we have a lot of gear that we need to sell off. And we also have a couple bandits and looters that I would like to sell off. So what I think I might do is head out to... Where haven't I been? Now, this is quite deep into enemy tier... Well, they're not enemies at the moment, but enemy territory. But I think I'm going to head out to Yalin. 33 days will be enough time for me to get all the way from out here at Durham, all the way out to... What was it called? I already forgotten. Yalin. And then once I'm there, hopefully we'll find someone who's going to buy stuff. I do want to make a couple pit stops along the way. I want to head into Uxkhal, so we'll go there first, just to make sure that everything is running smooth. You know, I might find someone there who can buy my stuff, but primary goal, head down to Yalin, and hopefully somewhere along the way we'll find some bandits. And can I just say, can you imagine living in this place? Imagine living in Yalin and this being your view. You could just go out, sit on the cliffside. My God, it would be amazing. And I've never actually tried this before, but how far out can we go? About that far. All right, a little bit of an experiment there. I really wasn't sure. Here we go, approaching Uxkhal. The random things you do when you have to pass time in this bloody game. At least I am a large party, so no one's going to attack me. Because that is one problem that I find in here occasionally, is that you know, if you're a small party wandering around, you have to keep quite a close eye on yourself, because otherwise people will attack. 3 stories. My God. Very, very rich place, I guess then. But yeah, no, so as I was saying, yeah, you have to keep a very close eye on yourself. Otherwise, yeah, you might get attacked. Let's head on up to the 3rd story and hope that we can find someone up here. Oh my God, 4th. A 4th story. This is nuts. And you can actually see out as well. Almost. Yeah, kind of. That's almost the city. It's not quite what it looks like, but it's pretty damn close. So I think that's still mightily impressive. However, we cannot actually go up the ladder. So that's a bit of a shame. Now, one thing I was contemplating for this Mount and Blade series was perhaps doing a few more... Oh, another layer. I forgot about this one. Was perhaps doing a few more cuts in my series, simply because it is quite a long process, obviously, to travel down through everywhere, and you know, I'm not a particularly fast you know, group, a particular fast army, because the large majority of them are footmen. I have 6 men-at-arms out of 56 guys, so, you know, not very many are cavalry, so everyone else is footmen. So it does mean that my travel is a little bit slow, and I'm not getting anywhere very fast. But, you know, again, I mean, most of my, you know, all my videos and my channel in general are sort of situated around unedited videos. They're just, you know, half an hour, you know, 20 minutes to half an hour, with the odd hour-long City Skylines video, of me talking you know, just rambling most of the time, but just talking about things and chatting away with you guys, and just playing the game, and coming and saying whatever comes to my head, because I need to kill the time. So, I mean, let me know in the comments down below if you would like... Where does that door lead? If you would like this to become more of an edited series, where I just jump between the exciting bits. I don't know whether there will be many exciting bits, but, you know, there might be. I'll try and get them. But obviously it does rely on me... hang on. What did I hit? There we go. It does rely on me finding good battles, because that's mostly what we're going to want to see, is battles and maybe the odd occasional conversation and quest line and stuff, and flirting with the women, which is obviously still on the list of things to do. I am still planning on getting married at some point in this game. But yeah, whether I go down the edited path or I keep it as it currently is. Oh good, Nords and Vegas have made peace. I was worried that was going to affect me and that I was going to be caught in the middle of enemy territory with only 56 low to middle level troops, which would not be ideal in the slightest. How is our food situation going? Food is looking fine. Obviously I can always trade with some of these villagers to buy some food. Not that they ever really have much. Like if I go into Fidna and we say buy supplies. Okay, I like. These guys seem to have quite a bit. Can we get someone? One guy. Perfect. That means we now have a full party. We now have a full party, which is nice. Some people have been indicted for treason, which is fantastic. And there's someone running away from us who, again, because of our party size, it's just physically impossible for me to have fights these days. Because everyone's faster than me. Which is, you know, it's a little bit of a shame. And that's the kind of... That's why, at the moment, I'm sort of doing a... Oh, I thought I could fight him, but no. Why I can do a bit more travel and exploring and adventuring. Because I can't do fighting. It's not gonna happen. Because these guys are way too fast for me. Where did he go? He's disappeared off, so let's just make a beeline for Jarl, and there he is. But 3.3, 2.7, it's not going to happen. And they're never going to fight me because I, you know, have 57 troops and they have 6 or 5 as the case was. And climbing a cliff there with a horse, fantastic, because that's how things work around here. Hopefully, yes. Lucky guess that Yarlin has a bloody ransom broker. What can I get for a prisoner? What if the man can't pay? Would you be able to ransom me? Of course. That's all I need to know. Then you'd Then you'd better bring your purse. I have prisoners to sell. Now these guys sell for 73 each, which is not, you know, a grand sum, but it is still something, which is nice. Now, you might have been noticing that there were some people in different taverns with names. We've got Rolf here, and there are some others. I've sort of skipped over them a bit, but these guys are people that you can add to your party. So if I talk to this guy, he's got a backstory, and he's got a agenda and everything, and basically you can add him to your party, and he essentially acts like another character. You can equip him with gear the same way you can equip yourself. You can level him up, you can assign his skills and all of that, and he becomes essentially a crucial member of your party. And there's a perfect ratio of, you know, people that work together nicely and don't hate each other and stuff, but it's a lot of work. I do like to have a couple of them, but it means I do have to arm them pretty well. But they can't die. They can only be wounded, so that's nice. So let's get ourselves Rolf. So what? Rolf seems... Greetings. I am Rolf, son of Rolf, of the most ancient and puissant house of Rolf. Not quite sure on how to say that word there. If anyone has a pronunciation guide for that, please let me know. I've never heard of the house of Rolf. Really? Well, perhaps your ignorance can be forgiven. Our ancestral lands are far away, over the mountains. I do feel that voice was slightly different to the last screen, but that's... Oh, God. I'm not reading this whole thing in that voice. It kills my throat. Like all men of my family, I have come to a foreign land to make a name for myself in the profession of arms before returning home to take over the custodianship of my estates. Unfortunately, the authorities in these lands have little understanding of the warrior code and have chosen to call me a bandit and brigand and put a price on my head. A most unfair I think that's meant to say label. Most unfair label to throw at a gentleman adventurer, you will surely agree. But I am anxious to avoid any further trouble, so if you knew of any company of fighting men where I might enlist, I would be most grateful. I run such a company, might be able to hire an extra hand. I expect to be in a position of command and not be treated as one of the common soldiers. And of course I can't take anyone because I am full. So let's go here and let's get rid of this guy. And then go back to the tavern. Find Rolf again. I don't know why I'm rolling my R's so much. Oh, I don't want your story. Just join me. Note, however, that as a gentleman and the holder of a barony, I expect to be in a position of command and not to be treated as one of the common soldiers. Baron. Here's 300 R's. Fine. The reason I picked him, you might be curious, is simply because, that's not what I wanted to do. It's because I want to be a bit of a brigand and fight people and just torture. And he does, maybe not torture. We'll see. But he seems like the kind of guy that won't have too much of an issue with it, which is nice because I don't want people complaining all the time because it's just frustrating. So let's sell all of this gear. Let's go to the goods. Let's grab a couple of cheese. We don't want chicken because it goes off. We'll grab a smoked fish, a bread, and some fruit. Lovely. Leave. Actually, let's... I know I did this in the other episode, I believe, but let's find out... No, let's not fight. What am I... Will there be a tournament? Revadin, Kudan, Tulga, and Shurs. Revadin, I believe, is the closest. Or Tulga. Where are those? Revadin, Revadin, Revadin. Where is it? That's Tulga. Where's... Hang on. That's Riverchig. That's not... Where is Revadin? Am I going blind? Am I... Ah, there it is. Okay. That's quite the distance. Where else did you say there was? Revadin, Tulga, Kudan, and Shariz. Kudan and Shariz. Kudan, Shariz, Kudan, Shariz. I'm assuming that's Shariz. Shariz and Kudan will be somewhere up there. Okay, let's head on out to Revadin. Let's head on over to Shariz. Shariz, however we want to pronounce that. And we're going to do a tournament. Now, we have yet to cover tournaments yet in this series. So, why not? Basically, how the tournaments work is Rodox and Sarin Sultanate. That's fine, because that's not me. Otherwise, I'd be a bit pooped if that was. But basically, a whole bunch of people enter into a tournament. And you're allowed to place bets on yourself. And obviously, if you win, you get a crap ton of money. Oh, I really wish I could fight this guy. Oh, no. What a shame. I could have taken him out. Admittedly, I'm far too deep in enemy territory to do that. But, you know, if we were at war, it would have been worth it. It would have been a good fight. Where was I? Yes, you place bets on yourself. And basically, you can win a lot of money if you're able to actually win the tournament, which isn't easy because there are kings and lords and knights and very, very well trained soldiers in these tournaments. So yeah, you also get given random weapons and random, just random kits. Sometimes you're on horseback, sometimes you're on foot, sometimes you have a bow, and it all depends on where you do it. So basically, if you're in a tournament up here in the Nordic lands, you'll be on foot. You'll probably have a sword and shield, or an axe, maybe a bow. If you're here or here, and with the Swadians or the Rodoks, you will probably be on horseback. If you're here, you'll definitely be on horseback with the Kujit Khanate. You'll probably have a bow. These guys are a mixture, mostly spears, and then down here I think is spears as well, though we will of course find out in a short while. Where have I gone? There I am. Hey, found me. So, yeah, that's how the tournaments work. So basically we'll go into one, you get to do a crap ton of fights. It starts at like 8 versus 8, 6, 8 versus 8 versus 8 versus 8, 4 teams of 8, which is a great little fight to be in. That wouldn't have been. That would have decimated me if we were still at war. Yes. Aha. 3.6. Yeah, that's not happening. I really need to get a little bit faster. What was I saying? Yeah, so you get into fights, 8 versus 8 versus 8 versus 8, which is fantastic. And you get to do a whole bunch of fighting, which is nice. Now, as we head on over to Cherise, let's find Rolf. Let's move him up. Now, unfortunately, I did just sell a whole bunch of armor, shields, and stuff, which was silly of me. But if we talk to this guy, let's see his skills. So he's strength and intelligence, which is nice. He has leadership skills, first aid, surgery, inventory management, which is nice. So leadership, does that apply to me? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if his leadership applies to my party. I'll find out. Iron Flesh, Power Strike, one-handed or two-handed, anything actually. He's very proficient in weapons. And don't put him on a horse or give him a bow. Or combine them. He's fine with bows, just not while he's on a horse. Tactics, inventory management. Cool. That's fine. Equipment, I have nothing to give you right now, but hopefully I will soon. No, it doesn't appear to affect my ability to increase my party size, which is a bit of a shame. It would be nice if his prisoner management, his leadership skill affected it, but it doesn't. I can't get into this fight. I can only watch. Okay, it appears that they were running away. That's fine. I was like, how am I able to talk to this guy? That's fine. Yeah, I can't get into any fights at the moment because I'm not at war with anyone, and everyone's far too fast for me. But what I can do is join a tournament. Nords against Swadians. Oh, yes, I can go fight the Nords. However, before we do that, I was not meant to go there, I was meant to go to the arena. Let's enter the tournament. What? All this time, and it's not on. I missed it. Let's have a melee fight anyway then. Let's say that's what I'm gonna do. Sword and shield, which is nice. Gave me what I wanted. Mine. Come on. Oh, he was a toughie. Wow, that's very, very, very disappointing that I walked or rode or whatever this whole way for nothing, because I missed it. I bloody missed it. It took me too long to get here, and so I missed it. Of course, I could always go head on out to another place and, do it, but I've got a water fight now, so if you missed it, the Nords and the Swadians are at war. I am a Swadian, and therefore can go fight some Nords, which is nice. Because I like to fight Nords, especially, I mean, at the moment it's not gonna be ideal because at the moment I have a foot-based army, and to fight the Nords, it's really helpful to have a cavalry-based army. Because then you can charge them nicely and it just works much nicer. Oh, my shield. So in the bottom right, you can see my shield is now broken. Thank you. Give me your shield. Give me your shield. No. I want. Yes. Thank you. So you can pick up other people's shields, which is good. 26 more opponents to go. Which is quite a few. 25. Not bad. I've beaten 11 of them. Oh, crap. Oh, this guy's good. And that guy's right in front of me. Oh. Come on. Knocked him out. Good. Please go fight him for me. Thank you. Hey, whoa. Come on. Thank you very much. That archer was starting to annoy me. Come on. Turn around. Fight me. I don't want to hit you in the back, mate. Oh. Just managed to get that block up in time. There we go. Everyone's done. Everyone's fallen before me. Fall to my sword, you peasants. I mean, I know I'm a peasant as well, but I'll get my lordship eventually, and then I shall call thee peasant. And I sit in a chair and yell at you and tell you to do things. I need a new shield. Whoa! Like, urgently, please. I don't know how to fight without it. Ugh. 20 opponents beaten, 12 remaining. It'll give me a small amount of cash. 60 dinars, but not quite the amount that I wanted. Raven Kudan, I can't make it in time. However, I do have a war now with the Norsemen, which, where are they? They are up here. So how about we go recoup at Durham, try and find some guys of my own team, and from there we can go and have war. Sounds like a plan to me, so thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button, and also don't forget to hit subscribe, and please leave a comment down below with whether you'd like me to do more edits, or whether you'd like me to do more rambling, or if you'd like me to stop the series. Please don't leave a comment with that last one. It would hurt my feelings. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.